All right, welcome back to another episode of Producergrind Podcast. Carrington and JB with me.
Yo.
And we got a special guest here, bro. C-Clip in the building. What's good with you, bro?
What going on, man?
Producer of many big hits like Kodak Black, Transporting, over 145 million views, YNW Melly and Kanye mixed personalities, which we just did Behind the Beat on. So go check that out if you want to get a little more insight on that record. So those are, I'd say your two biggest records. What are some of the more like the real Kodak fans, some of them that they would really know?
I mean, the first one was like probably like I Miss You. Kodak Black, I Miss You. That was probably like the first big one with me and him. But he ain't never shoot a video for it. So like a lot of people don't know about that one. But if you from like Florida and the area, it was a big song, you feel me? And then I had a lot of songs with him and other people like Birdman. I had songs with a lot of people.
Oh, you got songs with Birdman?
Yeah, with Kodak on it.
Oh, Kodak and Birdman.
Yeah.
All right. What is song? So just like name like maybe 3 or 4 some of the good ones.
From Kodak, or you saying from other?
Just your biggest records that people might know.
We had that one. We had Loyal. I like Loyal. We had My Cousin. We had a lot of street, like that's what his whole thing was. Like he got a lot of street hits, and then he got pop hits that kind of
right
mix in, but it's mostly street shit. You know
that's what got him on and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he'll have like a Tunnel Vision. You know what I'm saying? That pop out. They like, oh yeah, that's the song everybody know. But he got like hundreds. I mean, like he got a whole bunch of street songs that only people would know that was just like on some like he fuck with us because we, he do the same thing we do. Like he from Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like he talking that talk.
How did you meet with Kodak? Was Kodak your first placement? You had your first placement, Kodak?
Yeah, like I could say it was a placement because I hear a lot of niggas be saying placement, dog. And I'm like, it was more like a build up from like a local standpoint to just becoming, you know what I'm saying? He becoming the star that he is. Like, it wasn't really like a placement though. Like, that's when a nigga already on and you kind of like get involved with a nigga and then you get, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never had that. You know what I'm saying? All the artists that I worked with, it was always a build up to them kind of like being a star. You know what I'm saying?
And that's cool. I'm glad we're sitting down and talking because I feel like a lot of the artists or a lot of the producers that we've been talking to recently kind of been more the other way, but it's really dope to sit down with someone.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I fuck with that though. I mean, if you getting placements, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. My start was never like, it was never just get a dude that's already popping. I never could do that. You know what I'm saying? I just was always, oh yeah, this where we at. These niggas popping over here. I'm popping. We the shit right here. You know what I'm saying? And on his case, it just happened.
Were you always focused on just working with locally, or was there ever a point where you were like, yo, trying to find emails, trying to send people beats?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A nigga used to try that. Like everybody else, you be home like, oh, I seen bruh email in his bio. I'ma send that shit, but that shit ain't never worked, man. Them boys, I ain't never had nobody who was like, yeah, that beat was hard. I'm finna fuck with you. Like,
it's kind of like winning the lottery sometimes.
Yeah, like I never had nobody respond. No matter, I don't even think they check that shit. To be real, I think about it like this. Look at it like I told you, right? Like Kodak, right? I came up with him on some like. We came up, you feel me? But it's a lot of people that used to see his email in the bio that probably sent thousands of beats through that he didn't check.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, because he had me.
Right.
He had other people. You see what I'm saying? So.
Were y'all friends first, or did you meet on the music shit?
It was on some music shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is like the area, bro. The area, if niggas is a certain way, when you get around other people that's like you vibe with it. Like, that's why I fuck with him. I'm like, yeah, he from the hood like me. You know what I'm saying? He be talking that talk, like, bruh, thugging. You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with it. And he was like, oh, yeah, your beat's hard. Plus, you vibe. You ain't on no crash shit. You just, you know what I'm saying? Like, he fuck with that. So we just rocked that.
So how'd you end up signing the Sniper Gang?
Yeah, that was a slow build, too. You feel me? Because when it was like it's a story with how I met him. You feel me? So I ain't never tell this story.
Hey, exclusive.
I'm gonna tell this story. All right, so I'm doing beats in my city. Like in my city, like a lot of people.
You from Riviera Beach, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Palm Beach, Riviera Beach. Y'all boys, y'all don't know that. Y'all gonna know that. Whatever. But in the city, Palm Beach, Riviera Beach, I was kind of like doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Locally, I was fucking with that. So in his town, which his town is like, I think it's like 30 minutes away from me, he doing his thing. He popping. You know what I'm saying? So they had a strategy with him. His management had a strategy with him. It's like, we're going to go to city and get him popping. So he already popping in his city. The next city is my city. You see what I'm saying? So when he come to my city, he like, oh yeah, his management, the people that's fucking with him, like, I'm saying, who y'all producers is, where the studios at, who the DJs is over here, like, where the clubs at, where he could perform at to get on, you feel me? Like, they trying to see who's who. You see what I'm saying? So a nigga name came up because I'm doing my thing in my city, you feel me? So that's how it happened. And then I was really talking to him. I was really talking to the management at first, but she was signing dollars and deals with AD.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all familiar.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
But I was talking to him, and I was like, yo, man, the nigga hard, I'm gonna send him beats, He like, yeah, just keep sending beats, you know what I'm saying? He fuck with your shit. So I ain't meet the nigga like for like 6 months, you know what I'm saying? I was already sending him beats though. So one day, I'm just like, man, you know, the hood in me was just like, man, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm just finna write the nigga on Instagram. So I wrote him on Instagram. He had like 60,000 followers or some shit. Like, he had a lot of followers. And this is like 2013.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that shit threw me because I'm like, damn, this nigga got a lot of followers. Like, that's back then. Niggas only had like
crazy.
1,000.
60K back
Man,
then.
he had like a lot of followers.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, like, who the fuck is this nigga? Like, I wrote him in the DM. They just made DM too. I'm glad too, because that just came back. And I was like,
damn, I forgot they didn't have DMs.
Yeah, that shit new.
DMs back there.
So I wrote him. I was like, you know, I'm the one that been doing the beats. Boom, boom. I say, bro, hit me back. Whatever. I drop my number in there. I'm like, damn, bro, probably ain't gonna respond. He probably, cause he was popping in the city. So me, I ain't really thinking of him as a star, but I know when niggas popping in their city, like, that's almost like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, he might not respond. Fuck it, whatever. Nigga hit me right back. Not on the message, he text me. He put Kodak Black. That's what he wrote. I say that was smooth. He wrote that shit like that. But I was like, okay, let me hit him up. So I hit him up. I say, yo, what's going on, brother? What's wrong? He was like, yeah, man, I ain't even know who you was and shit. I'm like, yo, bitch, you been rapping on my shit. Like, he had already put out songs of mine, and I ain't even meet him yet. You see what I'm saying? Because I was going through AD. I'm like, I chopped it up with him. I'm like, yo, bro, just fuck with me. I'm gonna send you some more shit. I was like, bro, we need to get in the yo and cook up like, cause that's the type of shit I was on. Like when I was like, I'm gonna hit him up.
Yeah.
Like I want to get in the studio with you, like, and make the shit right there. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yeah, man, just keep sending that shit. You know what I'm saying? I kept sending him shit, and he had got locked up. I still ain't meet him yet. You know what I'm saying? But now we done talk. He texting and he telling me what type of beats he like and shit like that. So it's better.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
Now you're not blindly doing it.
Right. We cool now. But he still at the time going city to city, doing the same thing he doing with me, other producers, taking all through Florida. Like he basically like taking over the state, you feel me? So at that point, he had got like hot. I was like, damn, like, this nigga might make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was thinking. You feel me? As soon as he was about to make it, like, I felt like that, he got locked up. I was like, damn. He got locked up. I was like, damn, like, Cause at the time, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I was doing my shit locally, bro, but I ain't really have no hope with this shit. I was really like thinking like, man, this shit ain't gonna happen. So with him, like, that shit was like,
breath of fresh air type shit.
Man, that shit was kind of driving me crazy because I was like, I can't believe I'm finna be with a nigga that actually finna make it.
Yeah.
Like, this shit was blowing my fucking mind. Like, a lot of niggas probably come up here and be like, yeah, I've been around music and Atlanta niggas that everybody popping off, everybody rich. Where we from, bro, that shit is impossible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And where he from,
I feel that.
it ain't nobody that's doing that just back to back like that. You know what I'm saying? So everybody around in the area in Florida was looking at him like, bro, I can't believe this shit. Like, this nigga, it's the only nigga that's from our generation that's finna make it. You know what I'm saying? Because before that, it was like Ross.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Plies and some other people like Flo Rida.
Cali, obviously. Well, if I'm talking about not just...
Yeah, it's like older rappers and shit.
Yeah.
Like Trick Daddy, all them niggas. But this was like older. You know what I'm saying? This would be the newest nigga. You know what I'm saying? So this was like, that shit was crazy. I'm like, yo, this nigga finna make it. He get locked up. So I was like, you can either give up on this shit and be like going back to the whole, like, yeah, this shit ain't it. This music shit ain't gonna make it. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Or you can hold bruh down and just hopefully think he gonna get out. Basically, like, just hopefully he get out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, shit, I'd rather just go for it. Fuck it, man. I'm gonna hold bruh down. We gonna communicate while he in jail. I'm gonna talk to him about beats, all this shit while he in there. And that's what I did. Like, I continued this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Stay down type shit, I feel you.
So when it was time, and he actually got a release date to get out, you know what I'm saying? All that shit mattered. Because I hit his manager up and I was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. When Kodak get out of jail this time, I want to be the first one he see. I say, I never met him, but we finna meet right now. And I say, I want this shit to be the biggest shit. I want y'all to have cameras, whatever y'all want to do. And I had a little studio. So I'm like, come to my studio, gonna film the shit. It was like, yo, we gonna film it. It's gonna be like a welcome home Kodak, like, video. It's on YouTube too. Like, y'all can look this up, feel me, if y'all want to. It's
Don't
called
drop a link.
Kodak First Day Out, whatever. Like, it's like him in a little, I think he got like on a tied shirt or something. But he came out, he was locked up in like Virginia or something. They flew him down the same day, the same night. He came to the studio. I met him for the first time.
Were you thinking like there was a chance that they were gonna cap and he bro wasn't gonna pull up?
I ain't gonna lie, he was late. He was late.
He was late.
He was late. Like,
Like,
he was supposed to come at like 9, and nigga came at like 1 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Dang.
I don't know if he had to get something from a girl, whatever. I don't know, but they went other places, and then, you know what I'm saying? Bro was fresh out. So, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even tripping out there. I'm like, shit, as long as he come, like, cause like I said, this is our hope. You know what I'm saying? He come to the studio. We link up. I remember, I never forget it. That's why I knew. This how I knew he was a real nigga. I went to shake his hand, right? So I shook the nigga hand like this here, right? So I was finna pull the nigga in, like, you know what I'm saying? What's up, bitch? What's happening? You feel me? This what he did. Try to pull me in. He had holding it. Like, I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, bro.
I don't know you yet, bro.
Yeah, like, I'm like, okay, bro, real nigga. Like, he ain't no friendly ass, listen, you finna just, you know, shake my hand and hug on me and shit. Like, but I liked that shit, because I'm like, yeah, like, that nigga got some love, you know what I'm saying? Because he could have easily just would have been like, what's up, bro? Like, he wasn't on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, bet, let's go, let's do this shit. So I'm like, I'm hyped, because I'm like, damn, he kind of stopped me on the hug and shit. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, we get in the studio. He got all his homeboys. You know what I'm saying? We deep in that bitch. They filming this shit. First day out, Kodak, he talking this shit. I say, bro, this shit here crazy. Bro, I'm looking at this shit as it's happening, you feel me? I'm like, bro, this shit crazy. I'm like, damn, what the fuck finna happen? So I'm like, yo, what you want to do? I'm like, what you want to do and shit? He was like, yeah, bro, I wrote a song. I wrote a song on the plane and shit. He was like, yeah, bro, pull up that beat. So I'm like, what beat? You feel me? Like, I ain't give you no beats. You feel me? He like, yeah, you had something, homeboy, some beats and shit. I was like, damn, I did. I sent his homeboy some beats. I'm thinking he gonna rap. I thought I was sending his homeboy like a while back had asked me for some beats.
Oh, you thought he was rapping?
Right. I was like, yo, you gonna rap on them bitches? I'm just trying to fuck with the camp. Like, he like, yo, send them bitches through. He really was doing that to give it to him. So he was like, I got this song already. It's already made. I wrote it on the plane. I'm like, God damn, what you talking about, bro? I'm like, I ain't give you no beat. You know what I'm saying? He like, nah, bro. You sent my homeboy some beats. He was like, it was like a little slow beat. I'm like, damn, bro. I said, damn, I know what you talking about. You feel me? And I thought about it. I know which one it is. And I pressed the button and that bit, it played that bit. Dun, 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 dun. I was like, oh, okay. So he like this beat, you feel me? Which it wasn't a gangster beat, you feel me? I'm like, damn, that's different, you feel me? So he go in there, go in the booth, and he's saying the shit. And as he's saying, it's the I Miss You song. That's the one.
That shit crazy.
So it's on video. Y'all go look at this, right? But as he's saying the lyrics to the song, like, at times I've been in, I would never see. I was riding with my strap. I was out here leaning. I mean, everybody in the room was just like, bro, he made it, bro. He a star, bro. Like, that shit was sending chills through me. Like, bro, the room, like, you should have seen niggas' face. Niggas was like, bro, that nigga is something amazing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And as soon as the song, like, he dropped another song that we did that night. And then like 3 months later, he got signed to Atlantic. And you know what I'm saying? They dropped the song go up. He dropped Skrilla video. You feel me? Like, and it was up, you know what I'm saying? I was like, shit, he on now. Got the XXL cover. He went up, you feel me? That was in 2015.
And this whole time, it's still like on some dream come true shit.
Yeah, like everybody in Florida like thought like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe this little nigga made it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was different, bro. It was different from when an artist come up and you see him like one day and then all of a sudden overnight he rich, he got chains and shit. Like, his grind was like really slow. Like, he didn't wear fake shit and he didn't wear shit that he couldn't afford. So when he first got on, you ain't finna see him with 30 chains and shit. You know what I'm saying? But after years go on and he get money like that, you see it. Like, it was a real
organic.
Yeah. You feel me?
How long was he gone for that first time he was in jail?
That shit was like 8 months. That shit was a while. It was like 7, 8 months. I don't really know the exact time, but I know it was a long time though.
So then, at what point did you end up getting signed and like sign the dotted line, getting on paperwork?
Yeah, see, that was later. You feel me? After we dropped a whole bunch of songs. He had approached me and was like, "Yo, I'm finna do this new label and shit. Like, I'm finna sign everybody. You feel me? That I've been fucking with already." So I'm like, bet. You know what I'm saying? So I get my hopes up again. I'm like, yo, now he finna sign me to his label. So now I'm finna be, you feel me? And then he get locked up again. He get locked up again. So I had to wait. That was 2016. That was like the next year. But I had to wait until 17 because he got locked up again. So he didn't get out till 2017.
So in your mind, were you thinking like it might be risky to sign to bro? You know, since he's been in and out of situations and run-ins with legal issues.
It was risky, but like I said, like, what else option do I got? You know what I mean? Like you said, keep going in niggas' DMs that ain't even from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Like, or try to get in other camps. Like, because at the time, like, you had like DJ Khaled and the people that been running the shit, they always did it. You feel me? But they camp is like real knit tight. You know what I'm saying? It's like once you come up, even with us, like when I came up with Kodak, right? And we done spent all these times and now we finally on, it's hard for a person to be like, I want to join.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I definitely feel that.
so that's how it is. So I'm like, what option I got? I could try to be like, I don't want to fuck with that shit. It's too risky. Or just be like, fuck it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood too. Like, we already know. And then he's young. Like, you gotta understand, he like 16, 17. He's looked like he wasn't, you feel me? I'm like, shit, fuck it. And he could rap. Like, that's when he was really like, he had something to prove. So he was rapping. He was rapping. He was doing like 4 songs a day and shit. Like, he was going. You know what I'm saying?
When you say you signed in 2017 then?
Yeah, 2017, in July. Yeah, but it's either August or one of the two.
So from the first time you met him or you started producing, you said that was like 2013, right? Is when you
Yeah,
first.
like, it's like 2013, 14, because the 13, he had put out a CD and I ain't make it.
Mm.
You feel me?
So it was
But
around
I knew,
that.
but I was fucking with him at that time. You feel me? But I ain't make the CD because I had just met him.
So I have a question. So in between though that 3 to 4 years, did you ever feel like why didn't you decide to go and take a different route? Like why did you feel like almost like your career was kind of leaned on his success, or like did you ever think about pursuing like an online route or just something different outside of him, because it is such a risky move?
I did do SoundClick. You know, I ain't really make no money on that shit because, like I said, like I didn't know how to get on there and make your beats like go to the top of the ranks and shit.
Yeah.
Like I
Real
mean,
science to it.
right. And I'm like, and again, they had to come up too. Like a lot of those people, like Superstar O and all them niggas, you gotta understand, these people was at the beginning at that shit, so it's a reason why they at the top. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm coming in, you know what I'm saying, why the shit already popping.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird time because that was like kind of the end of SoundClick, right before like fucking My Flash Player.
BeatStars.
Yeah, BeatStars really came in. That was
I got on BeatStars too, when he got locked up too. I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And I made like $1,000. Cause just off of people just saying like, oh, you produce for Kodak, I wanna get a beat. But it wasn't really, it was $1,000 to spend over maybe like 2 or 3 months. So I'm like, that shit, honestly, bro, I was just hustling.
Looking back now, do you think there could have been anything like you could have done to brand yourself more and maybe make a little bit more off of that time?
Hell yeah. Like if I knew what I knew now, like now I'd be thinking like, okay, I gotta think bigger. But back then, I could have did a lot more smaller shit. And I just didn't. You know what I'm saying? Cause I guess I was just too like, honestly, bro, I be feeling like a nigga kind of off. Like I be feeling like it's hard for me to focus on a lot of shit at the same time. And I focus so much on making the music good. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I be forgetting about selling the shit.
So you think you more of like a real
like,
artist,
I really
creative?
be like, if anybody know me, like when the people that's watching this shit, they gonna be like, yo, bruh he sit back, study this shit. Like that's how I got popping in my city. I sat back. I'm like, okay, that's the DJ, this the promoter. Okay, they be at the flea market. Them niggas be giving out their CDs. Like I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of just jumping out there thinking I'm the shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do it. I kind of sometimes overthink it. You feel me? So I be focused too much on the beats. I'm like, damn, I need to change my style. I'm like, that kick, man, I can't use the same kick all the time. I'm like, okay, let's try to learn something new. Get on YouTube. Like, let me figure out a new way to do like a string or a guitar or some shit.
Would you consider yourself more of like a technical producer?
Yeah.
To like almost to a fault at certain points?
Yeah, because and it's again too, like a lot of people, I watch y'all podcasts, right? Nothing against them. But a lot of people say I make beats every day. Like, and I'm like, damn, like I just can't imagine doing that shit. I'm like, damn, like every day though.
Bring bro's mic down a little bit.
So I'm like, you make beats every day, bro. Like, I don't know if they just be saying that to make it seem like, oh yeah, bitch, I'm a beat maker. I'm like, hell nah, bro. Nah, hell nah. Like, I might go 2 weeks without making a beat. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's what make beats better when you live in life. You know what I'm saying? And on YouTube or looking at videos and shit. And then when you stop looking at the video about whatever you're looking at, you might be looking at this. Might be looking at Producergrind, you feel me? Get off the shit and go back to your life, bro. Because you don't want to, I don't know, like I feel like you're not really learning shit if everything you learn, you hurry up and get back on the beat machine. Like, oh, I gotta make the beat, or I gotta make a beat today at 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's not a natural, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't give a fuck when I make a beat, to be honest, bro. It don't have to be every day. It don't have to be 2 weeks. It could be whenever. Like, I go off of how I feel.
I definitely get that mentality. Now, on the opposite side, how do you balance it? So you may go 2 weeks, but how do you not let that go extended periods of time where you start really procrastinating? You really start,
That's what I'm saying.
getting
Life.
lazy.
It's life. Like, sometimes I be like, man, sometimes I'll make a beat, and after I'm done with it, bro, I be like, how the fuck I even do this shit, dog? This shit look complicated as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I don't even be knowing what the fuck I'm doing. And then sometimes I don't do a beat, and I'm like, man, I don't even really know what I'm doing, dog. I ain't finna fuck with that shit. Like, them beats probably finna be whack.
I feel
And
that. I can
then
relate to
something
that
that
shit.
happened in my life, and then I'm like, it make itself. Like I said, when I get on the beat, sometimes I don't know what the fuck. I be done, bro, like with the beat. And I press stop, and I look at this shit like, bro, this shit look crazy as hell. Like, what the hell going on?
And we were saying, like, because we just did behind the beat, you were saying how you started that. You were kind of like hum the melody. Is that something you do often?
Yeah. I do a lot of like, because before I used to play on a keyboard and shit.
And try to find something, just
right. But I didn't know how to play the keys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta like, you don't know what you pressing. So you gotta hum it in your mind, and you can say something dun 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 and I'll be like, okay. That sounded the way I was thinking it. You know what I'm saying? So it helped me play it because I ain't know chords, and you know how people be like, oh, this is B flat. And
Yeah.
I ain't know that. I still don't know that shit.
I think that's a good way to put feeling, because a lot of times I find myself just going to the keyboard and hitting keys till I find something that's like, oh, that was hard.
Right.
Versus really like, what do I want to make here? Like, how am I feeling type shit.
Right.
Yeah.
It's better with the feeling, bro, because I honestly, if I would have learned chords and shit now, that should have put me in a box. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to make any genre, you know what I'm saying, play anything. Sometimes the notes might not go with each other, you feel me? Might not be the right scale, or this ain't blues, but it's a blues beat. Sometimes it just play with it, you know what I mean?
So I want to talk about using samples. So some of your biggest records use a sample. So
Yeah.
have you ran into any legal problems with clearing them and stuff like that?
Yeah. Man, listen, man. the sample thing, man, like, it makes it easier, but it's also complicated because a lot of people might not like the fact that you're bringing this shit back. You feel me? Or
Really?
you're using something that they had, you know what I'm saying? So some niggas will say, you could get the sample for this amount or whatever, $5,000 or some shit like that. And then you got other people that be like, I want 80% of the record. Because transporting it was killing me. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, like, y'all want the whole shit.
100%.
They wanted all the shit.
What?
They didn't want you to get no
Nothing.
publishing.
Nothing.
Who was the sample on it? It's a big. I mean, it's a well-known.
It was Ghetto Boys, but it's
Isaac Hayes.
before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes back to Isaac
Right.
Hayes.
So they had a sample that they cleared with him. You feel me?
Mhm.
But it's originally his song, and he has a band and shit that he plays with.
Yeah.
So it's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in the pot.
So they're probably like, oh yeah, this
Damn.
we got a check finally coming, boys. Let's take
Right.
it all.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn. Better bust that shit down. Hello,
So
Ace.
it's like you gotta fight for just a piece of your own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's only, like I said, only if you just got people. And then I looked up the shit because like I said, like I'm real intelligent when it comes to this music. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? But I looked it up. I'm like, let me look up this nigga deal. So I looked up Isaac Hayes, and he signed a lot of deals, bro. Like, so he had a lot of people in his pot.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And he actually had his own label and sold that, you know. But I'm like, I mean, shit, that's difficult. You know what I'm saying? It's an old record from the 70s. You see what I'm saying? Then Ghetto Boys used it. Feel me? So there's even more hands in the pot because they had a deal. They got people eating off that. You know what I'm saying? So we all gotta share that. That's like a lot. You know
no,
what I mean?
is all that coming out of the producer's cut, or is it coming out of the artist's cut as well?
Everybody. Like,
Everybody. So
see
at
what
a
I'm
point
saying?
like that, is it even worth even putting the song out? Financially, maybe it'll be a big like branding play.
It's
Yeah.
money. It's a lot of money. You feel me?
Shows.
It's
True.
a lot of money. You just gotta just share it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
If it ain't asking too much, did the negotiation work out in your favor? Were you able to secure a little piece of it at least?
I feel like it didn't. It didn't. But I'm working on that now. You feel me? To try to go backtrack and educate myself on what went wrong and what happened. But I'm just like, I was so focused at the time to get the record out. Because I just be like, yo, it's the people need this. Like, they need to hear this. This is like old and new mix. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're real more on like the arts, and like that's like there's two sides. Like there's a business brain and an
like-
arts brain. Do you ever like feel like, okay, I'm the business side. I don't even want to get involved with that. Do you think about partnering up with somebody, or does management take care of that? Like when you sign the deal?
And that's the thing. Like, I was getting managed by somebody that was under him. So I had to educate myself. Feel me?
Mm.
But like you said, like, it is two sides of it. And honestly, you don't know the other side of the business until you have a hit song.
Mm.
Because everything else, they gonna get it to you. You know what I'm saying? If you got a song that's making like a couple bands a month, like, they gonna get that to you. You know what I'm saying? Like 5 bands, they gonna get that to you. 10. But when you go in and this shit like, oh, this is a hit record.
They
This
want
shit
it
on the
all.
radio. You know what I'm saying? This shit
They're
way
like,
over
here's
here.
a 5,000, here's 10,000.
They go, this what they do. When it's like that, like even the mixed personality shit with Melly, right? When it's like a big record, everybody, oh, I want it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I want some. Let me get some. Or I publish a deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn, like, it's the big record. Like, that's when you get to see, like, bro, this shit ain't the music business. After that transport and shit, I seen it different. Like, I was like, yeah, this shit ain't like how I thought when I was a little kid.
Mm.
When you're a little
Facts.
kid, you just be like,
They
I
just want to
wanna
put
get
out
a
great
record deal.
music. Everybody just
Yeah.
wanna
You
put
want to
out
get a
great
record
music.
deal. Like,
Right.
everybody be like, bro, I'm going to get a record deal.
Mhm.
That's what you
Right.
say when you first start rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But actually, when you get in the business part,
You don't want to do
this
it.
shit so shady, bro. And so, it's so many people grabbing that shit. Shit is crazy, bro. Like,
So what do you
that
do?
shit feel like, I don't know if it's worth it. You know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
what do you do to counter it? Do you just go get a more savage lawyer? Do you just kind of just like, what have you tried to do, or what is it that you think
The
maybe-
next record and records to come after that, you just gotta learn as you go. I heard Suge Knight say some shit. Cause like I said, I study this shit. I study all the greats like Suge Knight, Diddy, all them niggas that was like running this shit savage in this industry. I look at interviews, videos, and I listen to him talk for like 30 minutes. I sit there and watch the nigga. And he said some shit in his interview, and he said, this game, people think it's about money and shit. You see what I'm saying? And he was like, it's not. It's not about race. It's not about money. It's not about where you come from or nothing. None of that shit. He said it's about young and old.
Mm.
All the old people run this shit.
The wise versus the new.
All the old people that's in these offices, these lawyers, they running this shit. All the young people is the people that's making the music, putting the music out. The young people buying the music. You see what I'm saying? So I had to realize, like, I'm growing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna go into this shit and know, oh yeah, I know I'm supposed to get this amount of percentage and that contract ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just trying. I'm young. I'm trying to make it shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm learning. Like, okay, as I get older, I grow and I understand the business, and I could be in those positions that they're in. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said that shit, and I was like, yo, that shit sparked the. That's exactly what it is.
So, well, first, when you did sample the record for Transport, did you download the Ghetto Boys version, or did you download the Isaac Hayes version?
Both. Because when I did it, I did the Ghetto Boys version first. Because I was really trying to like shake it up. Like, I wanted to pick a sample that nobody didn't want me to pick. A lot of people was like, when I was making this shit, I was in a house making it. And the people that was in the house was like, bro, you crazy, bro. You finna do that song? I said, hell yeah, I'm finna get this bitch to Kodak. They say Kodak. I said, yeah, bro, he'll slide this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, like, I don't know, bro. I just try to make the best record, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So,
what are some ways that signing has helped you, and what are some ways that signing has held you back?
That's one of them. You said holding me back, or you said which way is helping me or holding me back?
Both sides. We want to talk about some ways it's helped and some ways it might have held you back a little bit.
Some ways it's helped. I mean, of course, like, you know, he gonna fuck with me harder. So he was paying me like good, better than it was when I was just throwing them shit through the email. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that was like the better thing, because then I was like, okay, I could get me a car, I got me a place, I could do, you know what I'm saying? Shit that I was struggling with at one point, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I'm like, all right, that's another plus to it. Then he got like millions of followers. He was giving me shout outs and shit. So people was buying my shit based on him just saying, y'all fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. Then I'm meeting celebrities and shit, like doing songs with other people, Roddy Ricch and Cuban Doll, and a lot of people that I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I probably wouldn't have met them without him. Like Sherlock Mafia. I got songs with like people that it's just the songs, sometimes they go under the radar. And you know what I'm saying? I just be like, I ain't even finna promote it if it ain't hot like that. So I just focus on the bigger songs. Like you said, the Melly, mixed personalities, and the transporting, but it's like 100 songs that people don't know about.
Shit, I mean, it's gotta be some way to.
But I mean, I'm gonna do a documentary where I explain all that. You know what I'm saying? Where I break it down, like my whole catalog and all that shit. Songs I can't remember and artists that I can't remember. But for the bad part of it, I think it's just like, you gotta go with whatever the artist got going on. You know what I'm saying? And in the industry, like, they look at us like, or they look at Kodak and everybody like, oh, them niggas from Florida crazy. This nigga thugging. He be on some other shit. He ain't friendly. He don't fuck with nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go with that. You know what I'm saying? So maybe niggas might be like, oh, them boys, I don't want to fuck with them boys because them boys be on other shit. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what always held you back, you saying?
I mean, it could, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't know because I'm so focused on what we doing, you know what I'm saying? But you right, it could. I mean, it could.
Mm.
Feel me?
Fair enough. And then one thing I want to say, because, talking about holding it back, not to get into, Kodak's legal issues, but what is it like being signed to an artist that has so many legal issues, especially right now, the latest one is like...
I mean, like I said, you just gotta just go with it. Cause I mean, like what you supposed to do, just give up, you know what I'm saying? Like I just keep going, bro, and just keep making music, keep trying to build relationship. And like I said, just hopefully he get out of his situation and I have some shit for him. Like right now we got Jack Boy coming out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, from Sniper Gang.
Yeah.
And me and him finna drop a single soon, like probably like in another couple, like it's gonna be soon. So when people look at this, they'll know what I'm talking about. But we got artists on the shit, you know what I'm saying, that could do their thing. You know what I'm saying? They gotta be on that level to where they could take his, like not take his place, but you know what I'm saying, fill the void while he's gone, you feel me? And basically just count on that. Cause we got artists and shit, like I said, Jack Boy, a lot of people know him, you know what I'm saying? He just didn't have that star, like that big hit yet, but it's coming, you feel me? I just support that.
What does it look like when how would a producer be independent of an artist, like in their situation going on? And I say, like, how do they take their career pretty much into their own hands, even if the artist is doing what they do?
A producer or artist?
No, a producer. How does a producer stay consistent with themselves regardless of what other artist situations go on?
I was going to get to that too because I wanted to talk about that. And I talked to him about that over the phone. I feel like producers should drop their own songs.
Yeah, we definitely talk
feel
about
me?
that.
Like C-Clip as an artist.
Yes. Like, you put the play together. Like, if these niggas don't know each other, make them know each other. Okay, boom. Like, hey, bro, I got a verse with such and such on. I'm saying, like, this bitch here hot. This song hot. You want to jump on that bit? I produced it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to put it out, I'll put it out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what DJ Mustard, Metro, all them boys dropping CDs. You see what I'm saying? So this the new wave.
Do you even give the artist the option to, like you said, if you don't drop it, I will? Do you even give them the option? Be like, I'm gonna put it out. Do you want to get on this?
Yeah, you gotta give them the option because it's like that's they shit.
But it's also, like in a weird, is in a sense, it's really yours too. It's 50-50. So it's
right. I mean, you're right. It depends on what the startup is. If you come in it like saying I'm gonna, get on your album and then y'all do a song and you like, I want it from my album.
Right.
No, you gonna drop that shit without them.
Yeah, I mean that's shit. That's some fuck shit. But
right, but I mean like
if you tell
you take
them beforehand, like, I want you to do this for me.
Right.
And you know what you're doing is for me. You know what I'm saying? But
Then
that's what I
cool
feel like producers, like, stop selling your shit for cheap. Stop talking about I got beats for the low and all this shit. Cause that's why we're not getting paid, bro.
Buy 5, get 5 for free.
Producers are not getting paid enough. They're not getting paid enough. This is facts. Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? So why not change this shit around and get on the wave? Like, drop your own music with the artist that you want to drop it with. It could be somebody in your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It don't really matter. It's just put people together or put a song together. Be a producer. Put the song together that you know is hot. I can market this. I can push this without the artist being necessarily like the person to do it. Like their label got to do it, and it could be you.
Yeah, and I think starting small like that locally, like for the producers at home, they're like, well, bro, I can't just call Kodak. I can't just call Melly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You can call your cousin that raps.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like, or you know what I mean? Just the people that got a couple thousand followers in your city.
Like, because I mean,
because it's good practice.
Because people can say like, how you did it, bro. How did you get in that position, right? And a lot of people be like, oh, you know, whatever works for me might not work for you. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, I wouldn't tell a nigga that because that's not really helping them in anyway. So I would say, like, sit back and figure out where you at and where you trying to go. If you stay somewhere, like I'm in Florida, right? So when I first started this shit, I had to sit back, humble myself, and be like, I know where I'm at. I'm not shit. I'm not shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, let me try to figure out a way to get in the limelight. So I was thinking, like, maybe I'm gonna be the biggest person in Florida. Like, this is me first starting off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just starting music, right? I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be the biggest person in Florida. I'm like, nah, that's too big. Like, you know what? I'm gonna be the biggest person in my county. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I might got a little juice to do that. I'm like, but nobody, I ain't put out no nothing. Like, I'm just starting. So I'm like, nah, that's too big. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, what about my city? I'm like, I could get known in my city. Like, I probably could put out a couple songs. They might fuck with it. I'm like, nah, that's too big. So then I go back to, what about my block? You feel me? If I can maybe get the neighbor to listen to my shit, I might got some. You know what I'm saying? So how I did it was, I'm like, I just start from the like, this is like pinpoint zero. Like, my nigga,
Like reverse
my
the whole
house,
thing.
the next door neighbor, I had niggas that down the street, he make beats. I'm like, bro, come to my house. You feel me? It was an older nigga that stayed in the project, like, probably like maybe like 5 minutes walking distance. He was just a nigga I just happened to meet. He had a studio, older nigga. He down the street. I walk down there after I get off the school. Cause at first I was rapping at first. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm gonna go up there, the bruh house, make my songs and shit. It wasn't that great, but he right there. See what I'm saying?
That's real practical.
My friends
advice,
making
though.
beats. He stay down the street. This nigga here hearing what we doing. Now the block know us.
But it's literally the same formula that Kodak used, just on a bigger scale.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Just
that's
a
what I'm
bigger
finna
scale.
say. Once you get the block, now you can start thinking, okay, let me get the county now.
Now you got some people behind you.
Right, you know what I'm saying? The block fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They like, yeah, that boy from such an ad, boy, that boy be snapping.
And it's the same like technique that that Nipsey used too. And look at his following. I think that's how you really build the most organic following.
If you in Oklahoma, the middle of nowhere,
Shout out Midwest.
you could say, I don't know, but I know down the street though, it's a motherfucking it's like a little building down there. I might could gather some people in the neighborhood and we can make music over there. And that little thought right there can mean a lot.
To see
Could lead
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Real seed.
That's how I feel like anybody can make it like that. Feel me? Like, that formula don't never die. You know what I'm saying?
Even with the internet.
Same shit with real estate.
Real
It's the
shit.
same thing in real estate. I'm gonna start local, then expand and expand.
That's
and
how the police catch niggas. Man, what them? Man, listen, they be like, yo, we started in and we work our way out, right? They say first, they trying to catch a nigga. They say who his brother is, who his sister is. Then they start going out, like where he go to school at, where his gym, where he work out at, or what his friends is, or who his girlfriend is. Like, now you know what I'm saying? Then you might go all the way out to a nigga that don't barely know the nigga.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like that formula from starting in right there, no matter where you at and working your way out, I don't think that shit never fail if you're good. Let me say that, because
I was just watching this movie. I think it was Snowden. They said that there was about some shit where the U.S. was spying on the
Snowden,
reading all that.
spy?
It's a real story where they read all our texts and stuff. But all that shit is
see, that's some other shit.
all that shit's some other shit. But what he said is the average person that has 40 connections. So if you got 40 connections in your phone, you go out to that one of those connections, then you go out to one of their connections, and you go out 3 times. It's like 2.5 million people.
like the six degrees of separation type deal.
So like, yeah, so if you got your 40 contacts, so and then each of those 40 people like go out the same, so pull their 40, and then those, you know what I'm saying? So after you go out 3 times, it's like, I'm not trying to confuse y'all, but it's like 2.5.
Right.
You probably
I ain't
have
gonna lie,
to
that
The
shit
circle
is
turns to
confusing.
2.5 million?
Yeah, like, you know, like you're like the average person who has 40 contacts, just 40 contacts.
And I got 40 contact. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to listen what you saying. I'm like,
your network is like, you know, 2.5.
It's basically like this. I know 40 people. He know 40 people. Our 40 people know 40 more people.
okay,
And then,
I see what
then
you're
if you do that 3 times, it's or maybe more or whatever, it's 2.5 million. But that's the same principle as 6 degrees of separation, which is like you're only 6 people away from anybody in the world. Like you might know Billy, who knows the gym, who might know Barack Obama's like grandma, who might know like
so it's based on
stuff like that.
Population number.
Kind of, but
like that.
it's basically just like you're pretty much connected to whoever it is.
Yeah.
You're just only like 6 people away from it.
That's some shit though. I mean, that's kind of how you could think of it too.
But just think about when we were here yesterday with the jeweler dude and how you in class. Like y'all have no idea who each
Bro
other
knows class too.
You know class? See,
That's
that's what
I
I
went
mean.
to school with, bro.
See, that's what I mean.
Yeah, he went to high
That's
school
crazy.
down here. Like, I don't know how.
Shout
I
out to
don't know
class.
how we got in the same school.
Pull that
But,
mic a little closer.
but when we got to school together, he had CDs and all that shit in high school.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like you never know who somebody knows. You're just a couple people away.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it though. Like, start within, work your way out. All you
But
gotta
it's
do
not
is
gonna be a quick process.
No, that's the thing with this. Like, cause I was finna say the next thing you could do is just blow up. You know what I'm saying? Which is like meet somebody and then bomb,
Right.
record deal. You know what I'm saying? Or you meet one dude, he say, I'm gonna manage you. And all of a sudden he do everything for you straight. Like, this more is like, this shit, I'm talking about it in like 10 minutes, but this like 10 years.
Right.
Feel me? Like, the shit I'm talking about I did was like, it took a long time. Feel me? So just gotta be patient and be good at what you do, man. That's it, dog. Just be good at it and practice. And know that you might not be the best person. Like, that way, that make you work and want it. You know what I'm saying? Want to learn and want to get better so you can be the best wherever you at. So you can work your way out. You know what I mean? But don't think you just gonna get Fruity Loops and you make a bullshit ass beat and work like that. You know what I'm saying?
When you first started making beats, were you making beats every day?
Yeah, nah, that when I was because I was trying to get better, but a lot of them beats is trash.
Right. It's like you gotta knock out like what, like 500 trash
Yeah,
beats
like-
to start
Yeah,
really
go through
getting
them.
like.
Them shits, bro. Like I said, I used to rap first, but I ain't had nobody I couldn't buy no beats and shit. I couldn't afford that shit. Plus niggas wasn't making beats like that anyway. So I was like, you know what, bro? I'm just finna try this shit. So my homeboy, he had Fruity Loops. I got Fruity Loops and I looked at it.
Oh shit.
I said, man, this shit. I just got off that shit, man. I was like, man, what the fuck is this? Like, for real, like, I'm looking like it's supposed to be some type of like the tutorial that they had was this is a beat that we made on Fruity Loops. That's their way of tutorialing you on how to make a beat. I don't know what the fuck I was looking at. So my shit, I couldn't even get past the first pattern screen.
Damn.
Like, I was just, that shit was noise. It wasn't no beat. It wasn't no fucking metronome. Wasn't no pattern. Man, that shit was all over the place.
That's
Like, and I ain't had nobody over my shoulder like, no, you're doing that wrong. Don't do that. So I'm just sitting there by myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this shit keeping me out the street because I was an outside nigga. Like, I was outside a lot. Because like I said, I wanted to be a rapper. I had that persona, like, you know what I'm saying? But it took me back because I'm like, damn, you gotta be smart to do this shit. Like, so I had to really like go deep into myself, like, to figure out like how to work that shit. But that shit was tough. You know what I'm saying? Because I looked at that shit like, the way they do it now, though, it look easier. You feel me? Back then, they had it to where it was like blocks and shit. Like, that shit was. So then I was like, fuck that. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, fuck Fruity Loops. And I went and bought a Phantom keyboard because back then everybody was like hardware was the shit. So I was like, man, I don't know how to work Fruity Loops. That shit dumb as hell. So I'm like, that shit ain't real no way. Because it wasn't no plug. Like, bro, you gotta understand, it wasn't no plug-in. It wasn't no pack sounds. It was straight stock Fruity Loops. That's all you had. Vintage BD. Niggas know what I'm talking about. But that
The vintage kid, hell
man,
yeah.
niggas know.
The
Like,
vintage Kick Slick got some heat in there. Like,
I mean, I don't know. If you
it's got some
manipulate
quality sounds.
it might be. Because a lot of that early, like, snap music was made with that shit. Like,
Yeah.
the Franchise Boys and all that. But everybody thought that shit was whack. I'm like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm finna get the real shit. So I got on that, on the Phantom, and that really taught me how to make beats. Because it was easier to me. Because it wasn't all that. It was like, you play this shit, and that's what you hear.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no clicking in and clicking all them blocks and clicking patterns and shit. I was like, fuck all that. I don't even want to do that because I wasn't really smart like that anyway.
Yeah.
So I would play sounds, and I learned from like Lil Jon and shit like that. I used to do like simple shit like I'd make some shit like that and put a little swing on that bitch.
Snap shit.
Yeah, like I'm like, okay, I just made a beat for the first time. Like, okay, this is a beat. Like,
Yeah.
and that's when I started getting intricate with the, okay, these are notes and these notes go together. And
Mhm.
I'm like, this is a chord. I mean, I didn't know it was a chord, but I'm like, shit, these 5 fingers fit right. You know what I'm saying? And I would record, and I didn't know how to play both hands, so I would record one hand at a time.
Mm.
You feel me? But the beats was fire, so I had came up with some shit. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm good enough to go back on Fruity Loops. So I started mixing them together. Like, I would take sounds from there and put them on Fruity Loops. And then I met this other dude. His name Chop. He was from my city too. Like, he was like a real savage person with the Fruity Loops. So he came in. He was like, bro, your shit sound good and shit, bro, but you need plugins and shit. I was like, what the fuck is that? You need plugins. You need more like drums and shit. Because I used to think drums wasn't important. He's like, yeah, bro, you need drums and shit, like kits and shit. Like this is the first time I ever heard shit like this. So I threw that in there. I'm like, okay, now I got kits. Now I got
Remember some of them
plugins.
first kits that you got that he had gave you?
Yeah, like it was, I had Kanye West.
I remember them kits.
Yeah, like
The Ninth
you know,
Wonder kit.
Yeah, so you already know, like
Yeah,
everybody had the same start off kit. You feel me?
Whole loaded down.
I made so many beats off that shit.
Or that shit was really
He
hard.
had them Sierra, like them claps that used to have like a real echo on it, like
The reverb.
yeah, like I'm like, oh, that bit's hard. So I made that. I started making slow beats and shit. I just started getting smarter, adding shit, meeting new niggas. They telling me what they do now. Like, so I'm like, you know what? I'm fine with this shit. Let's do what I was telling y'all to do. Let's try to work our way out. So I rapped on my beats. I rapped on them, and I was giving them my CDs. I was still in high school, so I was trying to get known, and it wasn't really working. Like, I don't know if people was like, the beats wasn't it, the songs wasn't it, or my rapping skills, but it was like, nah, this shit ain't really popping off. So in 2008 or 9, really 2009, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make beats. Like, I don't want to rap no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, for some reason, people not catching on. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to be one of them people that's doing the same shit for like 5 years and you still ain't make it and you still in the house doing your shit. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm finna just do this and focus on this. And that's what I told you, come back to me saying, like, I'm trying to like zone in on this shit. I'm finna perfect this shit. I'm finna be good as fuck at this shit. Even though I was all right, because I grew up, like, my dad is older. My background got a lot to do with my music. He older, and he used to play a lot of old ass shit. My dad, like, he's 68.
Mm.
You feel me? So he had me late. So a lot of the music he used to play, though, was like 60s, 50s music, like shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's people like Jerry Butler and shit. People don't know them people. And I used to listen to that shit all day, bro. Like, that's all he played. You know what I'm saying? So when I was making my beats, it just came off like that. It came off like a
Tapped into that old knowledge.
Yeah, it had like it was just a unique vibe, bro. Like, and it had a lot to do with that. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, you know what, my beat's good enough. Like, I'm thinking I'm finna try to give them to somebody else. You see what I'm saying? So this is the first time. This is '09. Like I'm finna try to give my beats to people. So like I told you, I went in the neighborhood. People was fucking with it. They like, bro, your sound, you got some shit. I'm like, really? They like, yeah. like for real? Like, yeah, bro, you got potential, bro. Like, and it wasn't all the way there, but like I told you, I had that vibe, that old school mixed with new school vibe, and it was a real, I can't even explain. I don't know if it's blues or what, but they was like fucking with the shit. So I was like, man, they fucking with the shit, but it ain't really popping me off. I'm like, I need a niche. I need a gimmick. I need something to do to make this city fuck with me. So I was looking at TV and DJ Khaled came on. We Taking Over. Some shit. I think that was the song.
We taking over.
Akon.
Yeah, the nigga had so many people on the song and shit. I was like, damn, like,
Back when songs were like 5 minutes.
that's a good ass idea. You feel me? So I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a beat, and everybody from my city and my county that's hot, like that everybody love and like separately, I'm gonna put them on one song. You feel me? And I did that. It took like 4-5 months because it's hard to get niggas to, you know what I'm saying? And I used to tell them, like, I don't got no credit. I'm nobody.
Yeah.
But I'll give you free beats if you do this verse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody, it was 9 people on the song, bro.
Yeah.
The song went crazy. This when MySpace was back. I had like 30,000. I mean, I had 30,000 views on MySpace. I was taking professional pictures. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm that nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's it. Now I gotta just continue to just make beats. But then, like you said, the process is so slow. Like you said, 2009, it popped off. But then it really didn't get big to 13, 14, like, or getting to where I'm like, okay, I'm finna be in the industry. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like a long process, but I mean, it's if you, like I said, if you patient and you know where you trying to go and you feel like you gonna get there regardless, just wait it out, bro. Feel me?
Talking about, because you said you really was working your own market, working your own neighborhood. Talk about really the differences in like the different areas of Southern Florida, like the different counties. Like I know you got my Dade County, Broward, Palm Beach. That's a county, right?
Right, that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
So Riviera Beach is inside Palm Beach County.
Okay, bet.
So you got Palm Beach, you got Broward, that's where Kodak from, and then you got Pompano, which is the city inside of Broward.
Okay.
That's like pinpoint where he at. You got Miami, and then you got Dade County, you know what I'm saying, which is 2 different things, because they got cities inside of Dade, like Opelika, Miami Gardens.
Oh, Opelika.
Hialeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You got other places, like you could, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So you want to know the difference?
As far as the music.
I mean, Miami, they got the torch. Like, they do, they had a big, I was just telling somebody about this, like, because I know my history, right? They had a big drug trade in Miami that made it the way it is. Like, you see all them buildings and shit?
Yeah, the cocaine when it came in, hell yeah.
Them people was fucking with billions. I'm talking about making buildings.
They said Miami wasn't even no buildings,
like,
right?
Man, them bitches were going up so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, people had to fuck with this shit. Like, this, bro, Miami used to have, like, the same murder rate as Chicago.
Damn.
It used to be, like, 500 a year. Like, that shit was crazy, bro. Like, when Pablo Escobar and all the people, brother. So they have a reputation of money already. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference. Like, they shit, when you go there, you kind of like going there to make it. You know what I'm saying? But it's so crowded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think to go there off rip. like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different from where I'm from because of that. But you know, they got their own music scene. Like they got the Rosses, the Trinas, the Trick Daddies, the Lukes. I mean the people that y'all know, like Po Boy, E-Class, all them boys. Like,
what about like new era artists
from there?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just left the studio. Kid Omar came in there. Like he's like a big artist in Miami. A lot of them, like I don't really know, because like I said, it's just two different vibes. Like they have a more fun vibe, like club dance. You know, like I said, that's what type of city it is. You know what I'm saying? Like have fun. You know what I'm saying? They got bad parts now, but they have a vibe. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of people that I don't know because sometimes I might not identify with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I fuck with that shit. It's just different.
Do a lot of artists come to Miami to record?
Yeah, all of them do. All of them do. As soon as they get out the plane, you know what I'm saying? Like, where we was at, DJ Khaled Studio, a lot of people go there. A lot of people go to Circle House. That's where I told you before. Yeah. A lot of people go to Hit Factory. You know what I'm saying? Or Criteria. That used to be like the old Hit Factory. And it's and a lot of other ones like that I go to, and they might be a little smaller. But I mean, they have a vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's just different. I fuck with it though, cause we all Florida. We all come from the same thing. We just action it better. I mean, differently than other people. You know what I'm saying? Like Kodak vibe and Pompano and Broward is like more like it's ratchet. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have that big old like platform, so people gotta work twice as harder. So they music sound a little rough. You feel me?
Broward, that's where Denzel Curry and X, they from Broward too?
Yeah. Yeah. X from Broward. I think he from like I don't know exactly where he from.
But I think like how you said, like it sounds a little bit more rough, but I think that's what makes it so special. It makes it stand out so much.
Yeah. Like they have a vibe too. You know what I'm saying? But them boys work. Now like them boys work. You know what I'm saying? Miami work. It's just a different work though when you gotta like you coming from a place don't have really nothing going on. Yeah, but they got artists too. They got Kodak. They got X. They got it's another dude. I think his
Lil Skies.
He from
Skies.
I think he from. I don't know. He might be, but
I mean, it's a lot of artists in there. Yeah.
Ain't Lil Pump and Smoke?
Yeah, Lil Pump. You know what I'm saying?
You got the Buffet Boys like Puya. You got Mike
Puya.
G, Fat Nick.
Yeah, you already on beat then. Yeah. So they got a whole vibe in his own because they a lot. Like I said, the music is like aggressive in your face.
Right.
And you see that from all the people you name, like Pump, all them boys, they should be turned.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
Denzel's a cool balance because he's also like, what did I say? He was like, he's like the Kendrick of like kind of the down here. He's more like, he'll still be aggressive, but then he also has something real serious.
Nah, he lyrical. Like,
like
he lyrical.
A serious
like,
message.
He was on the XXL cover too, that 2016 year.
That was a good year. Who was it? 21 Savage?
Yeah, Lil Yachty. All the people
Uzi was on there.
They had a little group.
Kodak was on there.
Yeah.
You want to do the fan question?
Yeah, let's do some fan questions. All right, so we have
we can do forget the tag because we already did that one.
In the Behind the Beat.
Yeah.
All right, so we got someone we submit questions, or we tell people on Instagram to like submit questions. We got C-Clip coming on the interview. And we got our first question from Loner Square. He says, what is the biggest and most important lesson you learned in this business so far? I think you kind of touched on it earlier, but.
The biggest lesson I learned so far, like I said, take control over your music.
Take control over your music. Don't let nobody control you. That's the main thing. Like, and that's easy to do because, like I told you, once you get the big record, they're gonna want to publish a deal with you. They gonna want this. They gonna get you a manager. gonna do this. They're gonna tell you to do this, or we got a house all ready for you. Like, like, no, nigga, like that's the main thing. But some people might miss that. But stay focused on controlling your shit. But yeah.
All right. And then our last question is from TSSR.wave. It says, talk about your sample digging process and where do you find your samples?
I just go off of shit that I heard. You know what I'm saying? I
Like
don't
growing
really,
up.
Yeah, I don't do all that digging and shit. Cause that shit seem fake. Like,
What you mean?
like that's
Like
fake.
crate
Like,
digging, like in the record shops?
man, that ain't even what you like. Like, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't. That's kind of like pushing some shit on somebody that you know is bad for them. I don't know.
Like
I
it
would-
might
I would-
work for you because you actually grew up on the 50s and 60s music, but like
Right. Like, I wouldn't. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, okay, like the Old Town Road record, right? A lot of people mad about that because that's not what he do. You see what I'm saying?
Who,
But-
Lil Nas?
The
Right.
country scene is mad.
Right. So he made it a joke, and all of a sudden, this shit is the biggest song in the
Well,
fucking
shit, he
world.
said he really does. He really is country though.
Man, I heard that nigga shit, man. I'm like, I don't know, but
That nigga from Bankhead.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've looked at other songs he put out before that, and they was like trap shit. Like he was like, it wasn't trap shit, but it was some hip hop shit. You feel me? Like,
Yeah. I mean, that could be the process. Maybe he felt maybe uncomfortable.
but
jumping
is
into
that
it.
good to do that? Like, say like, this is not me, but this is what people want to hear.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
2019 for you.
you said what?
It's 2019 for you. Shit.
It's like, I don't know if I could get into that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I feel like that shit backfire on you in the end. Like, that shit ain't you. Because now he's stuck.
But if it is him, maybe the trap stuff that he came out with before was him trying to please everybody. And then he was like, you know what, this ain't working. But you
You
know
right.
what I
This
do
country
like?
shit
Yeah,
is
but he's
really
like,
me.
you know what I do like is this country stuff. And so I'm gonna put this song out. And then
But
by
then
him
look,
being authentic, look what happened.
but then look, now everybody gonna say, this is what you gotta do now. You have to do country music now. Because this is your biggest record.
But I think everybody, I mean, anytime someone blows up, there's always going to be people
So-
saying like you have to stay in a certain lane. You have to kind of.
And that's
I heard him
bad
say-
though,
I heard him
because if
say-
I dig up a sample, if I dig up a sample, I have no clue what the fuck this is. I put it out, this shit hit record. Shit go way up. They fucking with the shit. They gonna tell me, hey, bro, do another one like that. Man, what the fuck? Yeah, do another one.
But you don't even know what you did.
I don't know.
But I think that's
you
a
feel me?
beautiful
It's
thing
not
though.
me.
Is you just kind of go in and just keep doing like I don't know how I made this beat, but I know I can go in and make something new. I might not go
But
crate
then you're
digging, but I
losing
might.
yourself, bro. You're losing yourself.
Nah, not at all. I mean, just
'Cause-
because necessarily you went crate digging to find this
No,
one
I'm
record.
saying if you have to do it again and you're thinking like, I don't know what I did, but I'm gonna do it again just because they said they want another one. Like, that's kind of like now you going into selling
like
your soul.
like
now.
you trying to force yourself to make a certain type of music that they like.
Right, and now you lost yourself, bro.
See, like I guess what I was getting at is like you just stick with the same process, not necessarily saying like, okay, I did this to make them like this
You
music.
right.
I'm just saying like I just know when I hop on in front of this, I make whatever, and if people like it, cool. If not, hey, this is just my process.
And what if they don't like it?
Hey man, then that's on you how you handle it. Really, it's on you how
It's
you
like,
handle
you
it.
got like, damn, like,
I'd be like, shoot, I mean, if you don't like it, that's cool, but this is how I make
Yeah.
music. This is my process.
yeah.
Are you kind of saying like in extreme case, like if you went to EDM music just for a touch?
Yeah.
Some crazy house music.
If I was to do that and it turned out to be a hit,
and now they say
I'd
like,
be
make some
fucking
more
mad
house.
because I'm like, I don't really want to do that shit. That's not me.
Mm.
You feel me? But I did it because I wanted a quick buck.
Yeah, as a gimmick.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's real shit.
Just
But
make sure the
shoot.
gimmick is you. Like,
Yeah,
Hell
because
yeah.
then when you do shit like that, bro, you lose yourself, bro.
right.
You're gonna die.
I think that's also a real fine balance between staying true to who you are and then also trying new things.
Right.
Because if you're on one extreme and be like, nah, I'm not gonna try nothing because that's not who I am. I'm not gonna even go into EDM because
Yeah,
I'm
now
I'm
you
a
can't
cra-
do it like that.
Right,
You
right.
can't do it like that, but
But then you can't.
you
also
gotta be
like,
really into that shit. If you're gonna do it, and you're gonna say, I'm gonna research EDM, I'm gonna really try to see if I fuck with it. If I fuck with it, I'm gonna like slowly gain an understanding of how I could be a part of that shit.
right.
But if you just thinking like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do it. I don't give a fuck what happened. If it blow up, it blow up. Like I don't even like that shit.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's kind of like you ain't this life that we live in, bro. We are in an energy that is a recycle. You feel me? I feel like once you start like accepting that type of energy, bro, like you dead inside.
Mm.
What you living for? You know what I'm saying? You pleasing other people. They fucking you in the ass. They tell you do anything, you do it. I'm straight on that, bro. Like, that's not how I want to live. You know what I'm saying? Like, this music business will make you do that.
I guess it's all about like, what's your goal when you like, why are you getting into the music stuff? Because I mean, some people that's their goal is to make as much money and they'll do whatever they can do.
Yeah, that's not my goal.
Right.
I don't.
It just depends on what everybody's reason.
I always, bro. I come from so much like poverty and shit. Like, I just want to make enough to where I could pay the bills and drive a car that I like, fuck the girl I like. You know what I'm saying? And go wherever the fuck I want to go. Like, all that need money over money and shit. What is that doing for a person that don't have they self right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
That's real shit.
I don't need all that. I'm not into that shit. I'm not flashy. Like, I don't really. That's why I say like a lot of people say they come up here and they say producers introvert and shit. I'm the same way. Stereotype. I don't really fuck with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just do me, stay in my lane, and try to stay true to myself to where I can live my life. So when I leave this bitch, I'm like, I'm straight. I'm cool with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with me. I don't need money to make me feel like me. You know what I'm saying? So I do this shit. I really do this shit because I love it and I want to make people happy and make people enjoy themselves while they in a car or in a club and help people. You feel me? Like, feel a certain way. And me, myself. But at the same time, bro, I'm not going to do whatever to do that. Like, I won't. You know what I mean?
I think that's a good ending note right there.
Nah, for real.
That's a good one.
Real shit.
Hey, man, y'all, and listen, too, in the comments, too, y'all better take it easy on me because y'all was snapping on me last time.
That's about the vibe.
Talking about, oh, yeah, you said vibe.
75 times.
I'm like, man, this is my first time on camera. I don't know. Yeah, this ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, boy, take it easy, OB. Don't say no crazy shit. I drop gems on y'all, boys.
Nah, for real, though.
So y'all got something to take, too, so y'all can try to come up in this game, bro. And like I said, all the shit that I said,
I think you gave some of the real most practical advice that we've had on our podcast, for real.
Yeah. I mean, and too, like, I like what y'all doing, bro, because y'all giving a platform to the producers that's coming up here. Like, you got people that got names and doing big songs and shit. Because like I said before, bro, producers are not getting paid. If I could say it in the mic, they're not getting paid enough. They're not getting enough attention. You feel me?
Thanks.
So I'm glad that y'all see that and y'all like making it to where like, okay, this is a culture. You feel me? Fuck with it. I fuck with Producergrind. Again, y'all. And another thing too, I got an album coming out. Like I said, I'm telling y'all boys to put out your own music. So why wouldn't I take my own advice, right? So look out for that. Follow me on Instagram, all that shit. I told you I want you to put the link on here, but whatever.
Where can they follow you? We're going to put the link and all that, but where can they follow you?
Y'all can find me at C Club Beatz. Put that anywhere. CCLIPBEATZ with a Z. Beatz with a Z. C Club Beatz. Anywhere, everywhere, I'm going to pop up. You feel me? Brand name. You ain't got to, it ain't going to be different names and shit on. But yeah, look out for the new album, Rapping Beats. We're going to have Melly on there. We're going to have Kodak on there. We're going to have Roddy Rich on there. We're going to have Jack Boy. We're going to have 22G's on there. Like, shout out to 22G's too, because he on Sniper Gang. He from New York. He going to be on that bitch. This shit going to be lit. Control y'all music. Do y'all thing, man. Shout out to Producergrind. Y'all fuck with this shit. And like I said, take it easy on the comments. On my, that's it, though.
Hey, man, shout out to C-Clip, man.
Shout out to C-Clip.
All right.
Signing out.
Peace. I'm going to dap you up like Kodak.
Yeah.